So it really doesn't take a whole lot to love the sporty, aggressive, stock stance look of the 2IS Lexus IS250. By the way, this is a 2007. The most reliable vehicle on the road. Now, maybe not the fastest car on the road with its 2.5 liter Toyota V6 engine pushing 205 horsepower, but that is not why we buy a Lexus. Not the fastest car on the road, but definitely the most reliable. And it doesn't take a whole lot to keep the car happy. Regular maintenance, of course, 91 premium gas, synthetic oil changes. I mean, let's not forget it is a 2IS model, and this specific model we're looking at is a 2007, meaning this car is approaching 16 years old. And I'm going to tell you guys something. One of the biggest things I pride myself on driving this Lexus IS250, approaching 16 years old, is the fact that till to date, the drive is always smooth. Never one single issue. And if you actually sat down in the driver's seat and you looked at the dashboard, never have I ever experienced one single check engine light, check transmission light, never have to worry about leaking transmission fluid or leaking oil or a hole in the gas tank. This 2007 Lexus IS250, approaching 16 years old, definitely the most reliable vehicle on the road. So if you ask me, and if in fact you were thinking about purchasing one of these in the year 2022, as we approach the end of the year 2023, I truly think when it comes to used vehicles, it definitely sits at the top above a lot of vehicles now that are approaching 10 years old. Again, we are looking at a 2007 Lexus IS250 that has never had any problems with the motor or the transmission. And that's, of course, we know because these cars were built and manufactured in Japan. And Lexus is underneath the Toyota brand. And when it comes to luxury, sport, sedan, daily drivers, we know Toyota and Lexus just know how to do things right. So you will also notice looking at this car that it is completely stock. It's never been lowered. It's got stock rims on it. It does have 18s, but those are the stock Lexus Sport 18s that you see there. And that actually is the stock wheel fitment. So the wheels in the back are 18 by 8.5, while you've got 18 by 8 in the front. And the tires in the front are 225 by 40, while in the back, you've got the more aggressive 255 by 35, giving this car that staggered stance look. If you look at it from the backside angle, you can see it's actually lifted and raised in the back, giving it that staggered look. So of course, the talk of the town is most often about the all-wheel drive system in the Lexus IS250. But the option that Lexus gives you to go with a rear wheel drive as opposed to a front wheel drive, giving the car more balance and performance in terms of handling, makes the rear wheel drive model not such a bad model to choose, as opposed to, of course, the talk of the town, which is the all-wheel drive IS250. So as we look at the backside of this 2IS and the aggressive stance, we talked about the wheel fitment, the staggered tire setup. But one of the biggest reasons, again, why we love our Lexus IS250s, on top of the sporty, aggressive, stock stance look, one of the biggest reasons why we love our sporty, luxury sedan is the benefits of it being a sporty, luxury, sports vehicle. Because if in fact I were to take you inside this Lexus IS250, again, this car is approaching 16 years old, a 2007 model. I'm gonna roll down the windows and I want to show you guys the upholstery and the leather, and we just take a moment to look at the leather and the upholstery and the craftsmanship in the upholstery of the leather in this 16-year-old 2007 Lexus IS250. You will notice one thing, and I pride myself on this as well, and I'll open up the back door so we can take a better look. Not one single crack in the upholstery or the leather. Beautifully stitched. The craftsmanship. I'm telling you guys, everything just speaks for itself right there. And I got to tell you guys something else. If in fact you are looking to purchase one of these in the year 22 or 2023 and you see one available under $10,000 or around $10,000, you are definitely getting a steal. So I purchased this car. I'm the third owner, and I am proud to say that out of all three owners that have owned this vehicle, not one of us have ever been in an accident. So that is a bonus for this model right here, that is clean. There's no check engine lights, no transmission lights. So when it comes to the cream of the crop, and if in fact I were to list this model on Auto Trader or Craigslist, I would definitely be seeking top dollar for its category and class. But so I purchased this back in 2021, and I'll tell you how much I paid for it. I'm in Canada. I paid just a little bit over $8,000 for it, and I was shocked to find out just a few months later that this Lexus was the first car that I ever purchased that actually appreciated in value as opposed to depreciate in value. So right now, at the current moment, from where I stand, if in fact I were to list this car on Craigslist or Auto Trader, I could get at least $12,000 for this car. I've seen some dealerships listing some Lexus Is250s between the years of 2007 and 2009, 2010 with higher kilometers, over 200,000 kilometers, 3,000 kilometers, at the 10,000 price level. Now I'm gonna tell you something. This car is still a baby, and I do consider it still a baby. Although it's over 100 clicks, it's got 160,000 clicks at the current moment, and that's kilometers because I'm in Canada. So if you were to convert that to miles, I believe the miles, that would be around 120,000 miles, and that I still consider that a baby. I've seen Lexuses out there with kilometers well over 300,000, and you probably clicked on multiple videos on YouTube and hear people talking about pushing their 2006 or their 2007 Lexus IS250s with over 300k kilometers, and this car is still running very well. So at 160,000 kilometers, I do still consider this car a baby, and do truly believe it will last the tale of time as we approach the 2IS becoming a classic. I mean, it is a ways away. A classic, I believe, is 23 years or 25 years, and we are sitting at 16 years, but that's just around the corner. In 7 years, this car will be considered a classic, and I truly believe that at the rate we're going today, how it's appreciated in value thousands of dollars just in the past year, that by the time this car does become an actual classic, it will definitely appreciate in value 2x if not 3x. But at the same time, I'm not a fortune teller. I do not have a crystal ball in front of me, but I truly believe that this car is going to be legendary in a few years. And that is just basically a lot of the points why I love this Lexus IS250. And if in fact you were looking to purchase one here in the years 2022, 2023, definitely the most reliable car on the road. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. The Lexus 2IS.